In today's fast-changing world, safeguarding the future of your employees is the most important thing. To be able to attract and retain the right talent, it goes beyond just the financial provision that you give. Employees are now looking out for their well-being. And one of the most important bits about their well-being is how, as an employer, you provide that financial security that gives them the peace of mind. On today's edition of the Live Talk podcast, we will be exploring this very important topic. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Alex. Join me on this edition of the Live Talk podcast. This is episode 4 of Live Talks. And today our conversation is going to be very interesting. I have some interesting and wonderful guests with me today. And you know what? As usual, I would always like to give them the opportunity to introduce themselves. Nana, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Is this your first time on any live interview?
In fact, it is.
It is. Charlie, she deserves a round of applause. Thank you for deciding to do this. Our audience are watching you. Just introduce yourself, and then I'll come back and ask you a couple of questions.
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Nana Ekwia Echan-Mansa.
Nana Ekwia Echan-Mansa.
Human Resource Manager, West Cocoa Health and Extension Division, one of the divisions under Cocoa Board. Me free asante mem.
Asante we dey na won this year how. But Nana, thanks for doing this. How long have you worked with Cocoa Board?
I joined Cocoa Board in 2002. I've been working with Cocoa Board. That is October 2002.
Wow. Hey.
So I've been working with Cocoa Board for almost 22 years, I guess.
Wow, that's quite a long time to work. I have another wonderful guest with me here. Gentlemen, who are you? Introduce yourself.
Thank you, Alex. So my name is Thomas Fianu. I'm the senior manager for corporate businesses. And under corporate businesses, you have group life, you have bank assurance, you have credit life. I joined Enterprise Life on the 7th of February, 2006.
7th of February?
2006. Rose through all the ranks, being the customer service person, premium admin person. So I've been honored to have gone through all the departments in Enterprise.
Hey, Charlie, you are a big man.
I'm a small man.
Yo, you are a big man. You are a big man. Thomas, Danica is your senior.
I know. I mean, 2002 to 2006 is like 4 years difference.
Anyway, I'm so honored and happy to have both of you on this conversation. You said you are an HR person, right?
Yes.
Can you just tell us how difficult or easy is it to attract very good talents?
It is quite a difficult one.
Oh, really?
If you are looking for best talents, definitely when you put the advert out there, you expect that all manner of people will apply for a particular job that they may not necessarily qualify.
Oh,
yes.
So there's a lot of people want to try.
Yes, you do the shortlisting and all the processes to come up with the best candidates to interview. So it is quite a difficult one, but we manage as human resource practitioners. That is our job.
Charlie, HR people, yeah. Thomas, did you start off with national service here, or you did service somewhere else?
I did service elsewhere in Peter Secondary as well as teacher.
Okay.
Then moved to the corporate world and joined Enterprise Life.
All right. You know,
so
like
I've been a teacher before.
You've been a teacher before.
Yeah.
Tommy. You know, today on this edition of the podcast, we want to talk about insurance, and especially insurance for ourselves, and also for corporate and for employees, right? Nana, you manage a lot of employees, and what are some of the most interesting things that you hear your employees talk about when it comes to their well-being and health and stuff like that?
Yes, one of the important should I say source that come to any newly engaged or even any employee, how am I being taken care of as an employee?
How am I being taken care of?
Yes. How much does my employer think about me when it comes to my welfare? Is it the professional welfare, the social, the psychological? These are some of the issues that employees contemplate on daily basis.
Are you suggesting that employees have started looking beyond just their paycheck?
Most definitely. That peace of mind, apart from the paycheck, is something that you think about almost every day.
For me, I always thought, you get a job, they tell you how much they will pay you. At the end of the month, the most exciting thing about being an employee, when you hear, Pepe, Pepe?
Yes.
What's that?
Unless that your salary has dropped or it has been paid.
We call it Pepe, Yeah. I have a colleague called Ajua. Anytime she hears Pepe, she's all over the place.
I remember when I was employed in 2006, my first salary, when it dropped. But after then, back then, was just across Enterprise Line. Oh man, I just write with my card. Everything
is gone.
Everything is gone.
All right. So it just seems to me that now that to attract top talents and to retain them, you need other things beyond just the normal, salary and loans and other things. Nana, if you can just quickly tell us, so what are some of the other things that, for you as an employer or representing an employer, you have in place for your employees just to be able to take care of that social, wellness that you spoke about?
We have huge welfare packages.
Okay.
Which motivate our staff. Apart from that assurance, that reliability, that in case, we have a lot of field staff and office staff as well. In case they go to the field and something happens, do they have the assurance that the employers will have a package for them? So we think beyond the salary, as you said. And we look at the workman's compensation when you are injured on the field. That is backed by law. And we don't hesitate at all. It is of utmost importance to our employer. Workman's compensation, if we're injured on the field, you are assured that your employer will take care of
Okay,
that.
so that is by law.
That
right?
is by law.
Okay, interesting. And I think that leads me into a very interesting conversation I want to have with Thomas. You did mention that you are the senior manager for group business or corporate
businesses.
And you mentioned that one of your line of businesses is group life.
Group life,
I mean, just listening to Nana, how does group life come into this kind of conversation as part of the employee wellness strategy that every HR person should constantly think about?
Yeah, so Nana mentioned during her conversation that employees are now looking beyond the salaries they get. That is where group life comes in. Group life actually gives you the motivation for the employee. Okay,
how?
So now it is a full package. We make it a full package and present it to the employee. So it is not just your salary. In addition to your salary, if anything should happen to you, you are covered. If anything should happen to you, you are no more. Your dependents will not suffer. So that is where group life comes in.
Okay, so assuming I touch wood, I pass.
Yes.
I work with Nana and I pass.
Yes.
You are saying there is an insurance policy that can take care of some of those risks?
Exactly so. So that is one leg of the insurances we have.
Tell us about the other legs.
All right. For instance, the covers that go under or we cover under group life, it's not just death.
Okay.
You have critical illness, and critical illness cover a lot of illnesses.
Critical illness. Okay.
Strokes, heart attacks. All those are covered under group life.
Wow.
All right. Yes, and you have temporary disability too. Nana mentioned that we have workman compensation. Workman compensation only covers you doing the work of the employer.
Okay.
Okay, meaning that from 9 to 5, if anything should happen to you, you are covered under workman compensation.
Okay, because you are
in the employer
on duty, let's call it that.
Exactly. On duty, you are covered.
If I should also chip in this, we are not only covered by the workman's compensation, which is backed by law. We You're also covered by the group comprehensive insurance,
Exactly.
Okay.
which is a 24/7 insurance
cover.
policy.
Okay.
So we are at peace. We are assured that should anything happen, even on weekends, our employees are assured that they are covered.
And then I think that's a very strong statement that every employer, needs to make to their employees, that continue working, continue enjoying life, but you have the peace of mind, isn't it?
It is.
But please, it doesn't mean you should just be, doing a lot of risky things. So we beg you. It doesn't mean that. What it means is that, you have that peace of mind that if something happens, your employer there for you. Is that correct? Thomas?
Yes.
So you've spoken about death, you've spoken about critical illness, and what else?
Temporary disability.
Temporary disability.
Yeah, so Nana mentioned the 24-hour comprehensive care.
Okay.
And that is what the group life policy is. So it covers you all year round. Okay. It's not just from 9 to 5, which is backed by the workman compensation. But this one, the comprehensive one, which is the group life, covers you beyond the workman compensation.
Interesting. So if I am an employer, so I'm an SME, I'm whatever, I own a big company, a small, medium-sized company. Is there a certain number of employees I need to have before you can give me cover? Or it's me and my wife alone? We've started a company. How does that work?
All right, so there's a minimum staff strength that you need to have.
Okay.
Which is 20.
20?
Yes.
20.
You need to just have 20 employees in your workplace to have the group life policy.
To have a cover. Okay, interesting. So it means that SMEs and all of that, as you work and you expand your business, remember that once you get to the 20th threshold, it's time to take a group life cover for your employees, all right? And I think that is one of the key things that you can use to be able to attract good talents. Talents, people are bound, but talents are very scarce to come across.
Yeah.
And I think that you can add value to the workspace by opting for some of these policies. Nana, the kind of things Thomas mentioned, right? Have you had the opportunity to actually get an employee to experience any of these things before in your line of work? Has somebody been injured that, a policy you spoke about, came in handy?
Most definitely. And, we have that breathing space.
Okay.
We have that peace of mind. And the employees, they come in when they are injured. They come in. Most of them have taken advantage of it. I will not say most of them, just to project the number of injuries. But those who get injured,
Okay.
they put in the application and they are sorted out.
Okay.
They haven't had any cause to complain at all.
That's
and
interesting.
the insurers that we are signed on to, they have also never
Hesitated
hesitated
to make,
to make the payment.
payments.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Nana, maybe I should come work with you. I don't know. It means that I can actually, go home, sleep well, knowing that if something happens, my insurer is there or my employer is there. You know why I'm laughing? Because this segment is quite interesting. I'm going to ask a couple of very interesting questions. You see, when I was talking to them, they were all talking about HR and insurance and all of that. So for a moment, we are just going to pause. And I'm going to ask them a few. Nana, if you were not in HR, what would you have done? I'm sure when you were growing up, you had some wild idea. What did you want to, do when you were a kid? Yes.
Yes, dreams change.
I didn't ask you to tell me whether the dreams changed or not.
Dreams change.
What did you want to do?
Let me start by saying you see your neighbor, maybe well dressed, going somewhere, and you wish you were that neighbor.
Hey.
You see someone on TV reading the news, and you wish you were that person.
Newscaster.
Yes. So growing up, what I wanted to do was the newscaster, seeing the Barbara Sams, seeing the Salma Valcott, who was Salma Al-Hassan, Beatrice Edu,
Auntie B,
Auntie B.
Michiao.
I wanted to be a newscaster.
Wow.
Along the line, the dream changed.
What happened?
Yes, the dream changed. I wanted to be a lawyer.
Hey.
Along the line.
So Thomas, we are counting from newscaster, lawyer.
Yes, it ended there.
Uh-huh.
Then I found myself
In
HR.
Okay. And you have kept faith with the HR profession for the past 22 years.
Yes, I have.
All right. As for you,
Alex, you won't believe it.
okay, tell me, what did you want to do growing up?
You know where I grew up.
Uh-huh.
You know where I grew up?
Where?
Choco.
Choco.
Yes.
Well, Charlie Choco be one of your fans. Choco will greet you.
So then, as Nanekia mentioned, the people you see influence whatever you want to be in future.
Exactly.
So, Choco, what do you think they do most?
Fisherman, no. Charlie.
So my contemporaries, they go to the beach and they go and catch fish, and sell. They have money. They go and blow. That is why one day my father asked me, Thomas, so when you go, what do you want to be? Imagine the answer.
What did he say?
I said, I want to be a fisherman. Some slap I got. I got a hefty slap. So that even changed along the line.
Yes.
Along the line,
So from
fisherman, I wanted to be a footballer.
Footballer.
Because I grew up with the Stephen Appiers, the Hobsons,
the
and
Choco,
all
the Choco crew, yeah.
Yes. That actually also changed because I remember we were playing. If you know Choco very well,
I know Choco.
Beyond the lake, right? There's another settlement called Shabu.
Yeah.
So we go there and go and play football. We were playing football. Apparently, the old man was in the crowd.
Was he cheering you or what?
For where? So one of the guys told me my father was watching me, and he said, I used to play too.
Okay.
So he was at the touchline. Anytime I see him, the ball goes to the touchline for me to go and pick. I will not be able to go. I know if I go down here, I will hear some slaps. So at a point in time, all those things changed. Even and my contemporaries started going to school. I also followed them to school.
Yeah.
And from there wrote the common entrance, and the story continued.
And here we are.
Yeah.
And now you're an insurer.
I'm telling you.
Charlie,
God has been good.
God has been good. Do you still have dreams of playing football?
I do sometimes, but Charlie, the pace no day.
You don't get cover. But you see, this is very interesting because as kids, as adults, whatever, we all had dreams, right? We all wanted to do one thing or the other, and here we are doing something else. But it doesn't mean that the dream has ended, because in life you can actually transition into other roles. So this is a very important question we would like to ask our colleagues and our friends on the street in the Full of Life segment. So Full of Life, if you are ready, just take it over.
Me collaborate no me person me ye star. But sikasem due to me papa wo ne nyamanyama ntimi me da so me ntimi ambem. Nti me dane call catering. Nti me ye catering at the same time. Me catering na we ntimi ambem like me nya ye friend me a na shop me to shop ya no a
me kwala bim na manus wade hu pa ansen kana mpese me ye journalist, but due to certain issues be our regard the identity ema divert here, but ni nyina mu ni pabam akra si ameka ze me ye pamade me fashion designer pamade ma zo ho woni beje.
When I was very young, I decided to be a doctor, but due to one or two issues, I went into a web designing and then graphic designing project, which I'm here today on my own, as a boss on my own. Well, first of all, it's true that my child has his or her own dreams, but then I would advise it's a good idea. Although there are little complications here and there, you have to put in money to get what you want, but then it's a good thing. At the same time, I can't force my child anyway.
Catering job no good, but obrewum. Nti je meka kire say on school no nko nenim onko school no omia neni no onko school no. Se doctor no pese o ya omia neni no onye. Se nurse no pese or ya omia ne no nko school no na onye me to me for so me ba say ombeye but ono pa
machine no cry yes say onye big because me mana ye na me pese onye manya big enko ni mu nsem de no ye de ho de nyansa nyina be hiem na ya mona efe na wa so ho de obeye no so a woni beje.
Attention all team leaders and business owners, what better way to celebrate workers than by securing the future of your employees and groups with our corporate protection plan. This plan offers peace of mind for your staff and their families, providing a fixed sum in the unfortunate event of death, critical illness, or disability. Along with key complementary benefits like spousal and child benefits, travel insurance, and renewal discounts. The corporate protection plan ensures comprehensive protection. Don't miss out on this opportunity to safeguard your team's well-being. DM us today to learn more and give your employees the security they deserve.
Enterprise, your advantage.
Very interesting. Did you hear them? Did you hear them? Thomas. Very interesting. You see why we always enjoy Full of Life? Because you get to hear a lot of interesting thoughts, right? Full of Life. Charlie, we love you, okay? We love you. But you see, can you imagine some of the things that were being said? I wanted to be a footballer, but here I am. I don't think I can even throw my leg, you know? And I'm wondering if my kids come to me today and tell me what they want to do, what I will say. But let me just find out from you. Nana, if your kids walk up to you today, what kind of conversation would you have with them about, career,
You don't have to manipulate their career in any way. As a parent, if you observe each of your children, you will realize that they have unique talents coming up. You just have to motivate them to pursue their line of sort.
If the things they are motivated by is not really, it's not in line, what do you do?
You are very right. I have 4 kids. And I have realized that one of them, currently he has about 700 subscribers on YouTube. He's 11 years.
Hey.
Yes, IT savvy. Nobody taught him anything. He would just play with his phone and come up with cartoons, come up with animations.
Wow.
With us, you shouldn't force him to pursue any other. Just motivate the person. If there is something that you have to do, maybe a professional way, a course or something that you have to do to motivate him, you make sure that he toes that line. You guide the person.
Interesting.
And the very quiet one also there, still observing him. I have no intention of manipulating what they want.
Okay, so
you leave them, and at the end of the day, the lines will fall at its right
the right place.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. Wow. So I think the takeaway from what Nana said is that just allow them and let's see how it goes. But provide the necessary guidance as a parent. Thomas, how about you?
Alex, I agree with everything that
Charlie from Joko.
One of the boys came to me one of the times to say, "Daddy, I want to play football." It triggered what I suffered. Should I show him what I experienced with? But times have passed. You cannot do the same thing to your times have changed. And as Nana said, we need not be manipulative.
Yeah.
We just have to influence them into and guide them into the right things to do. So for my son who came to say, I want to play football. Yes, you want to play football, I'll put you in the sport academy. But one thing I will not do or renege on is for you not to go to school. So do the school and also do the other ones.
You can be great at whatever talent you have, but always remember that education is also very, very important, and it serves as a very good backdrop. So it's something that as young people we shouldn't forget. Right? Hone and harness your talents and your God-given talents, whatever, but always remember that you can do it and channel it through the right way. Very interesting. I think I want us to, at this stage, wrap up the conversation. We've had a very interesting conversation about group life and why, as an employer, And even as employees, it's important for you to know that your employer has some group life cover for you. Nana, what's your advice to other HR professionals and even entrepreneurs and people who manage and work with people? What's your...
Yes, times have changed.
Yeah.
The days when people thought about only salaries, those days are over now.
Wow.
People want to feel secured.
Secured.
People want to feel safe. People want to even feel psychologically safe in their environment. So let's look beyond our paychecks. Let's look beyond that and find safety for our employees.
Interesting. Find safety for your employees. Because the employees are actually looking out for peace of mind. And they will go to where they will find it.
Exactly.
And so as an employer, just be very mindful of that. Thomas,
Yes,
you
sir.
are in this space. What's your advice to people who want to take up this solution? What do they have to do? What do they have to look out for? What are some of the key things that you want to share with the public as we wrap up?
Thank you, Alex. So the basic things we will need from any employer who want to roll on to our product is to have the 20 employees that I earlier on mentioned.
The 20 as a threshold.
Yes, as a threshold. We need the salary, average salary of the employees. Okay. Basically, those are the only two things that we need.
Okay.
Just do these two things.
And once you get those two things,
we'll give you a quote.
Okay.
The employer can choose to give the employee 1 year time,
okay.
2 years the annual salary, 3-year annual salary, or 4-year annual salary, depending on the capacity of the employer.
Okay.
Okay. And one thing Nana said during the conversation is our claim process.
Okay.
Our claim process is very swift. What do we need to make the payment? If it is death, as usual,
Okay.
death certificate. In some cases, we need it.
Okay.
But in some cases, because we are in partnership with the employer we don't believe is going to defraud us.
Okay.
So we have that, trust
Level of trust.
in the employer. So an employer will just give us the document to tell us, write us a letter on their letterhead to say this person is passed on. We will base on that letter and make the payment. So when it comes to claim payment, it is quite straightforward,
easy.
exactly, than if you go to the other insurance channels. Okay.
Interesting.
Basically, that is what.
Okay. Okay. I think this has been quite an educative segment or episode, and we love it. This is the essence of life, because listen, we just want to inspire life, and we believe that by sharing some of these basic information, it helps you to make the right decisions in life. Remember that your family must still enjoy life even in your absence, and as an employer, you have a responsibility to take good care of your employees. Because if you don't, the next employer is waiting to attract them. And I don't think that's what you want when you have invested a lot into your employees. Give your employees the soundness of mind so they can increase and improve on productivity. And these are other things that you can use to add up to the entire well-being of our employees. Nana, I'm so grateful that today you joined us and you made time to have this conversation with us. As an HR professional, we've enjoyed a bit some of the nuggets that you have shared with all of us.
The pleasure is mine.
I understand you attended Kumaka, so don't worry, we'll come to that. Thomas, your final words, and then let's wrap up this.
My final word to all employers is that Enterprise Life has this product for your employees. It gives them a lot more than the individual product that they will take. It is cheaper under one contract. Okay, so come to us. Claim process is swift, and you are protected under one contract, and your employees are going to be loyal to you throughout their stay with you.
Interesting. Why won't you continue watching live talks? Why? Have you subscribed? Have you commented on our previous episodes? This is the time to follow us, because it's not just about insurance, it's also about life. And we are inspired by life. Nana, I understand you attended Kumaka.
Yes.
Thomas, which school did you attend?
Maoli School.
Maoli School, okay.
Head, heart, and hand.
Heart and hand.
Yes.
Interesting, because you know why? On episode 5 of Live Talks, we're actually going to talk about alumni and old schools associations.
Wow.
I don't think you want to miss that episode. Keep watching Live Talks. We'll join you and see you on the next edition. Bless up.
Enterprise, your advantage.